In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 6, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Ole Miss versus South Carolina. The upcoming Southeastern Conference matchup between the number 15 South Carolina Gamecocks and the Ole Miss Rebels is set to take place at the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, SC, on Tuesday night. The Gamecocks, riding a 5-game winning streak, aim to extend their success against the Rebels, who have secured 3 victories in their last 5 games but are coming off a recent defeat against the Auburn Tigers on Saturday night. Entering this highly anticipated matchup, the South Carolina Gamecocks are eager to notch their 6th consecutive win, harnessing the momentum gained from their recent victories. Bolstered by a robust offense and an elite defense, they currently hold the 17th position in the national defensive rankings this season. The Rebels' offense faces a formidable challenge against the Gamecocks' defense on their home court, where they concede a mere 64 points per game. The Rebels, averaging 77 points per game, experienced a significant setback in their last outing, relinquishing a 13-point halftime lead to the Auburn Tigers and ultimately succumbing 56-33 in the second half. This defeat raises concerns about Ole Miss's resilience and ability to persevere until the final buzzer. The history between these two teams includes 3 encounters last season, culminating in Ole Miss securing a 67-61 victory over South Carolina in the first round of the Southeastern Conference Tournament. In the current season, Ole Miss boasts a 12-10 against the spread record, while South Carolina impressively holds a 17-5 against the spread record, ranking 3rd nationally according to TeamRankings.com. Despite Ole Miss's strong start, they face challenges in conference play, going 0-3 straight up and against the spread against ranked opponents. Their road games against the 2nd and 3rd best defenses in the conference, Auburn and Tennessee, resulted in an average of just 61.5 points. Meanwhile, the Gamecocks have been on a winning streak, avenging their last loss by defeating Georgia in their most recent outing, showcasing a 5-0 against the spread record in their last 5 and an 8-2 against the spread record in their last 10 games. South Carolina's formidable defense is poised to pose challenges for Ole Miss, leading to a favorable 3-1 against the spread record in their last 4 meetings. South Carolina arrives at this game with a 5-game winning streak, currently tied for 2nd place in the Southeastern Conference standings. Their noteworthy victories against Georgia, Tennessee, and Kentucky in 3 of their last 4 games underscore their strong performance this season. With a defensive prowess limiting opponents to 64 points per game, the Gamecocks have relied heavily on their defensive strength. On the other hand, Ole Miss, despite winning 3 of their last 4 games, faced a setback in the second half against Auburn. They are a higher scoring team than South Carolina, but also allow 72 points per game on defense. In their recent matchup against Auburn, Ole Miss struggled defensively, conceding 91 points, raising concerns about their ability to defend effectively in the upcoming game against South Carolina. With South Carolina averaging 73 points, they are expected to capitalize on their scoring capabilities. While Ole Miss may not have a disastrous offensive performance, South Carolina's robust defense is likely to limit their success, ultimately leading to a victory for the Gamecocks. With the Gamecocks riding a hot streak and the Rebels displaying inconsistency, the South Carolina Gamecocks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the historical context, the 3 meetings between these teams last season averaged a combined 127 total points per game, with all games falling under the projected total. This season, a total of 22 games involving both teams have resulted in an under, including 3 of the last 5 for each side. KenPom's rankings place Ole Miss at 238th in tempo and South Carolina at 353rd out of 362 teams, suggesting a potentially slow-paced game. Over the last 9 games, the Rebels have scored 71 points or less in 4 instances. The Gamecocks, comfortable in low-scoring affairs, have recorded 72 points or less in 5 of their last 7 wins and in 7 of their last 9 games overall. The under has prevailed in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these teams. The South Carolina Gamecocks boast boast an elite defense, allowing only 64 points per game, indicating their capability to control the pace and prevent a high-scoring affair. Furthermore, their offensive output of 73 points per game does not suggest an explosive offense. With only one opponent scoring above 70 points against them this season, South Carolina aims to keep the Rebels below the 70-point mark, particularly with the game being played on their home court. Additionally, the under has been the trend, going 6-4-0 in the last 10 games between these teams, and has occurred in their last 3 matchups. Given South Carolina's sturdy defense and the historical trend, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Brigham Young University versus Oklahoma. A compelling matchup is set to unfold on Tuesday within the competitive landscape of the Big 12, featuring the number 21 ranked Brigham Young University Cougars venturing to face off against the Oklahoma Sooners. The Cougars recently secured a noteworthy road victory against West Virginia with a convincing scoreline of 86-73, effectively covering the spread as 7.5-point road favorites. Conversely, the Sooners are coming off a road defeat to UCF, falling short with a score of 74-63 despite being favored by 1.5 points. Notably, this encounter stands as the sole conference matchup between these two teams in the current season, and no face-off occurred in the previous season, as Brigham Young University had not yet joined the Big 12. Brigham Young University initiated the season on a commendable note, suffering defeats solely against Utah, Cincinnati, and Baylor in their initial 15 games. Since then, they've posted a 4-2 record, with losses to Texas Tech and Houston sandwiched between victories over UCF, Iowa State, Texas, and West Virginia. In the recent West Virginia showdown, the Cougars demonstrated their prowess by establishing a 38-29 halftime lead, maintaining the momentum with a 48-44 second-half surge, ultimately securing an 86-73 triumph. Faustini Traore played a pivotal role, leading the team with an impressive stat line of 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Turning our attention to the Sooners, they enjoyed a strong start to the season, enduring a sole setback against North Carolina in their initial 14 games. However, their performance waned in the subsequent stretch, with a 3-5 record that included losses to TCU, Kansas, Texas, Texas Tech, and UCF, interspersed with wins over West Virginia, Cincinnati, and Kansas State. In their recent clash against UCF, the Sooners found themselves trailing 34-27 at halftime, unable to bridge the gap despite a 40-36 second-half effort, concluding the game with a 74-63 defeat. Leonard Arthard made a significant impact off the bench, contributing 14 points and 2 rebounds to lead the team. The narrative surrounding these teams reveals an intriguing reversal of perceptions. Despite Oklahoma's strong start to the season, winning their initial 10 games and consistently featuring in the top 25, there's a suggestion that they might have been slightly overrated. On the other hand, Brigham Young University, initially underestimated in the Big 12, surprised many by securing victories in 12 of their first 13 games, showcasing a balanced roster with scoring options across various positions. Notably, according to Ken Palm rankings, the weakest link in this matchup is the Oklahoma offense, which ranks 53rd in efficiency, while all other facets of their game secure top 25 positions. In contrast, Brigham Young University boasts 7 players averaging 9 or more points per game, underscoring their balanced and multifaceted offensive capabilities. Ken Palm rankings further endorse Brigham Young University as the superior team, placing them 9th overall in the country in adjusted efficiency margin, while Oklahoma occupies the 25th spot. The Achilles heel for Oklahoma appears to be their offensive prowess, as they stand 53rd in offensive efficiency, scoring 114 points per 100 possessions. Notably, there seems to be a consensus that the Brigham Young University offense is formidable, ranking 8th in offensive efficiency with an impressive 121 points per 100 possessions. This stark contrast in offensive capabilities contributes to the prediction that Oklahoma's recent drop from the top 25 is likely to continue, so the Brigham Young University Cougars to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The absence of elite scorers in this matchup is compensated by the presence of 12 players averaging at least 8.5 points per game. Both teams exhibit balanced scoring groups, highlighting their reliance on collective contributions rather than individual brilliance. Additionally, both teams operate at a brisk tempo, with Brigham Young University holding a slightly faster pace at 113th in the nation. Brigham Young University's offensive efficiency further stands out, ranking 9th nationally, showcasing their ability to score proficiently from various contest positions and convert possessions at a high rate. Notably, both teams have trended towards the over in recent games, with Brigham Young University surpassing the total in each of their last 5 games and Oklahoma going over in 2 of their last 3. As alluded to earlier, expectations for an abundance of scoring in this Big 12 showdown are grounded in the exceptional offensive capabilities of Brigham Young University. Their offensive efficiency, ranked 8th nationally, is underscored by an average of 121 points per 100 possessions, positioning them among the top 10 teams surpassing 120 points. The dynamic nature of the team is evident in the fact that 7 players contribute at least 9 points per game. Furthermore, Brigham Young University's commitment to a relatively fast pace is reflected in their 113th position in adjusted tempo, utilizing 68.9 possessions per 40 minutes. Recent trends indicate a propensity for the over, as Brigham Young University has gone 5-0 in their last 5 games. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Butler versus Connecticut. Tuesday night promises to be a thrilling spectacle as the top-ranked Connecticut Huskies prepare to face off against the Butler Bulldogs. The anticipation is palpable, especially considering Butler's recent impressive performance with a record of 15-7, while Connecticut stands at 20-2 in the Big East. In the realm of outstanding basketball, Butler has been showcasing their prowess by clinching 4 consecutive victories. Their remarkable feat includes a noteworthy triumph over the 13th-ranked Creighton, where they emerged victorious with a close scoreline of 99-98 in Omaha during their last outing. This demonstrates their ability to compete at the highest level. While Connecticut boasts an impressive 10-game winning streak, it's worth noting that only one of those victories came against a ranked opponent, namely the 18th-ranked Creighton. It's not a dismissal of Connecticut's credibility, but there is a hesitancy to confidently bet against a resurgent Butler team. The Bulldogs bring in the 30th-ranked offense nationally, showcasing an average of 117 points per 100 possessions. Undoubtedly, the Connecticut Huskies hold the upper hand and have previously defeated Butler on the road just last month. This dominance is reflected in the current line. However, it's essential to acknowledge Butler's commendable performance in the past 2 weeks, particularly their road victory against Creighton as 10-point underdogs. With the Bulldogs boasting one of the best offenses in the nation, the game could prove more competitive than the odds suggest. Hence, there's a belief that Butler has the potential to keep the game within the spread. So the Butler Bulldogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The clash features 2 formidable offenses, with Butler securing the 30th spot in offensive efficiency, while the Huskies stand as the 3rd best offensive team in the country, scoring a staggering 124 points per 100 possessions. Despite Connecticut's relatively slower pace of play, they managed to rank 39th in points per game with an average of 81 points per game. This sets the stage for them to exploit the 97th-ranked Butler defense, which allows 102.5 points per 100 possessions. Analyzing trends, the over has prevailed in 4 out of Butler's last 5 road games, and a similar pattern emerges in the last 5 meetings between the schools. The question arises, can Butler extend their recent success and potentially pull off an upset against the number 1 team in the country on their home court? While the prospect is not entirely implausible, the likelihood appears slim, and Connecticut seems poised to continue their dominant run in conference play under Thad Matta's guidance. As the Bulldogs stride into this matchup on the back of 4 consecutive victories, including a significant triumph, they may bring a considerable fight to the Huskies. Both teams possess the ability to rack up points, setting the stage for an exhilarating contest. In anticipation of an electrifying showdown, it's expected that we'll witness a captivating offensive display from both sides. Over the projected total is our full game total pick, anticipating a high-scoring barn burner that fans won't want to miss. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.